Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy second recording on this Monday. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as seasoned. So grateful, thankful for you guys. I just love reading your comments. I've been going down my recordings and reading all your different comments. I'm so grateful for you guys. So one of you asked me on the recording, I think it was the recording about purpose partners and kingdom spouses, to elaborate more because you need some more information, honey, on this patience thing while you're waiting for your purpose partner. So I figured what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and make a video, or a recording, I should say, about patience as a whole. And then, of course, mesh that in there together. All right, listen. We all have different strengths. We all have different weaknesses. I believe personally, sometimes the weaknesses is about God using whatever to keep us, attached to Him. Meaning, we always will need God in this area, because if not, we're going to just stray too far, right? So, honey, patience is one of those things. Listen, patience for me has been a lifelong struggle. I'm much better now. I'm much better now. And it may be an area that I always have a limp in. I don't know. Again, maybe God wants me to lean on Him in that area. But patience is not easy. Especially those of you who can be like myself, like that A personality. You're like go-getter mindset. You've always been determined. You conquer your goals, your dreams, your desires. If you want it, you get it because it's yours. That type of thing, right? All right. So you're going to struggle when God starts saying, well, honey, this ain't your way this time. Those of you who are spoiled, your parents or your spouses have just spoiled you rotten. You're going to have a hard time with patience when you get thrown out here and thrust out here in the real world, and you realize that things don't revolve around you. You're going to have a hard time with patience, right? If you're not already dealing with that. So yeah, there's just so many different things that could cause us to really struggle in that area of patience. Again, this is not everyone. Some of you guys have that in the bag. I have a friend. Like, listen, her patience game is, I get annoyed with her for not being impatient. I think she can be the one that's like 10 years pregnant and wouldn't even complain about being 10 years, not month, 10 years pregnant. But however, on the flip side, she's very timid, very fearful, to like try new things or take that first step, So again, you see, we all have our stuff. So don't let people beat you up about your weaknesses. We all have our stuff, period. All right. So what are some things that are requiring us to be in this waiting room? Right. Just picture it. We're all sitting in this waiting room in this doctor's office, and we're all pouting because we're like, why am I here? Where's the doctor? All right. Some reasons why is, again, we think we're ready. I always challenge people, and I say this right here, right now at this very second, literally, that you're listening to this recording. If someone knocks on your front door and you open that door, and your blessing, your vision, whatever you're waiting on is literally delivered, are you honest enough to say that you are 100% ready for it? Not 90, not 95%. Are you 100% ready for it? And I'm sure some of you are going to say, yeah. But if you're ready for it, then you should have nothing to be working on or trying to catch up at the last minute. Like, oh, wait a minute, let me get the house clean before I open this door. Or let me get this before I open the door. Let me hurry up and do it. No. You should be expecting, meaning everything is already done. And when that door opens, there's nothing for you to have anxiety about trying to tie up loose ends, because you're ready, right? So we be thinking we're ready. Your girl guilty over here too. We be thinking we're ready, but God knows God don't pay us no mind. That's why He sit right there and let us cry, kick, and scream, and we're going to sit out behind in the waiting room until He knows that we are ready. Speaking of that, if God have told you certain things to work on, I know for myself He has. And if I'm honest, I've gotten about 90% of those things done. If God has told you to work on certain things and you refuse because you feel like, well, I'm just going to do it when When the time gets closer, you're pushing your time back. God is watching you. You're pushing your time back. So you may feel like, oh, well, I just start doing it when I think the blessing is close. You are just pushing your time back. Go ahead and get it done. Obedience is key. Go ahead and get it done. So what are some character traits or areas that God need to be working on? All right, let's keep it real. How's your mouth? How is your mouth, sis? Bro, I'm gonna get to you in a minute, but how is your mouth, sis? Are you clapping back? Are you clapping back at every little petty thing? Okay. All right. So you're currently working at McDonald's. Let's just say you're working at McDonald's and you're in the drive-thru. You're constantly clapping back at these customers because whatever reason, but you are asking God to give you a job within a Fortune 500 company. So you think God is going to use your petty mouth that can't even get in control at McDonald's within a Fortune 500 company? Like, you see what I'm saying? God watches us. So he will start to convict you in these areas, but it's going to be up to you to try to discipline yourself in those areas. And when he see that you're trying, he will give you the grace to help you through that. Next thing, are you selfish? Selfish, that ain't me. The mouth might be mine, but the selfish ain't me. So I'm going to push that on some of you guys. Are you selfish? Because remember now, however God wants to use us, it's not about us. We're not here for us, We are not here for us. So all you, me is all about me. It's all about me because your parents didn't spoil you or you know. It's not about you, boo. It is, but it's not. So are you selfish? All right. Are you a people pleaser? God can't use you either or open that door, I should say, if you're a people pleaser. Think about it. All right. I'll use you, sis, since you asked. If you're waiting on your kingdom partner, but you're still a people pleaser. Now, once you get married or whatever you got going on, you can't be pleasing every single person like you did prior to meeting with your partner. You can't do that. So you're going to have to really tidy up in them areas right there. And God will show you how, right, to make sure that you are just not letting people just run over you and just use you, because that's going to cause problems within your relationship. All right. Are you, what do we talk about? Patience, selfish, mouth. Are you orderly? Like, are you on time? Are you running 15 minutes late to your job at McDonald's every day, but you're asking God to take you higher up on these ladders? So you think you can be coming up in these people's office and these business meetings, right? All disheveled, anxiety through the roof because you're late? No, don't work like that. God is going to be working on these areas before he opens any major doors to us. Point blank period. So we're all in this waiting room together, right? So those are just a few. I mean, you get it. You know that area. You know that area that you need to work on. Is it your flesh? Is your flesh under control? I'm going to pause right there, right? So whatever it is for you, no judgment to anybody. Try fasting. I mean, I know fasting has helped me with this big mouth. God gave me a big mouth and then I can't use it at certain times. Fasting. Again, I always say fasting is not always food. Sometimes it is. I just came off a 3-day water fast last week. I'm now on a 12-hour fast daily this week. But typically, I don't always fast against food. I fast against the thing that's giving me problems. So I've had a week where I literally fasted against my mouth. Like, Lord, that was hard. So it's almost like, all right, so I'm going to fast for 3 days against this mouth. Meaning, whoever says what to me today, and I'm laughing because it's so petty, because it seems like because God knows we're fasting or Satan knows that we're fasting, like it comes on even more. Like everybody want to bug you that day. So in my mind, I'm fasting today. 24 hours, mouth fast. No matter who says something, no matter who calls and get under my skin, no matter who's running late on the job, I got to just sit here and eat it. And my God. But it works. And of course you got to keep on, because you got to keep conditioning yourself and disciplining yourself, I should say. So whatever that thing is for you. So that's an example of a mouth fast, right? Are you a people pleaser? Condition yourself to put yourself on a fast for 2 days where no matter who calls you for something, right, you just can't do it if it's something you don't want to do. So that's just an example. All right, so why, for you, sis, you want to know why do we have to have so much patience when we're waiting on that thing or that person? For you, it's a person. Well, remember, we don't know what's on the other side. All we know is that we want what we want. Our mind is locked on this one thing where there's so much more involved. Again, our limited thinking keep us thinking that it's only this one little thing we're asking for. And the truth of the matter is there's much more. So in your mind, you figure, oh, God, just open this door and give me that thing. I'm going to be so happy. God's going to blow your mind. It's going to be more than just that one thing. It's going to be a lot of things that comes with it. So there's things you have to work on the other side. Okay, for you, it's a person. So let's just say the same way that God is working on your character and your other stuff you got going on, that other person have the same thing. I mean, we all have our stuff. We all have our stuff. And if you're perfect, please log off, because I don't deal with perfect people. Because that means you tell me you have zero room for growth, and I need people around me like me who want to grow and learn every single day. So you perfect, holy, holies, goodbye. Petty moment. So God is working on that other person as well. You only know what you see. You don't know what kind of demons these people fighting. So God got to go in here and, conquer some demons. God will also sometimes give you downloads about this person and show you how to pray for this person, or to show you certain things that you will have to deal with this person, so you can start preparing yourself spiritually to say, all right, God already showed me. Let me think, for example, this person may just have a problem with like jealousy and maybe some insecurities because maybe they had been cheated on in their past, let's just say. So God may start preparing you to be more understanding in that area where you're just not going to pop off and leave the person because they might be showing a little insecurity and things of that nature. So there are certain things that God will show you about a person to show you how to pray for that person, as well as to show you how to prepare for that person. God will have to show that other person how to prepare for you, because you ain't perfect. So if you got a mouthpiece on you, right? I'm just using mouthpiece for example. If you have a mouthpiece on you, then God will, if this person is designed specifically for you, God will give that person downloads about you too. God will give that person grace to deal with you, because most people would probably walk away with certain things about yourself, right? You may have had people to walk away and left you because of that one flaw, where God will give this person grace to show them how to deal with you and your ignorance and your pettiness, right? So that can be one thing. Also, this person can have a whole soul tie that you don't know about. This person can have a whole soul tie that you don't know about. And you're thinking, I want them today. All right, the door opens now. You got them today. Now they're leaving you next week because they're tied to somebody else. So all these different things can be going on the other side. And we're just so focused on, I want it now. I want it now. I want it now because I heard God said it's mine. Yeah, God said it's yours, and God's showing you bits and pieces of it. It's almost to keep you motivated about it. Right? So it's not to just like dangle it over your head in a petty way or a bad way. It's about to really keep you motivated for it. So yes, you saw it clear as day. He said it clear as day, and it's yours. It's yours. But he never told you would get it the next day. Somebody told you that, but that could have been a familiar spirit. But I don't think God told you, because if God said it, then it would be. You would have had it the next day. But I think God shows us glimpses of things for different reasons. But again, most importantly is to keep you motivated. So like, okay, say for example, he's showing you a glimpse of that person because you said you knew who your kingdom partner was. Or one of you guys said that. So if God have shown you the glimpse of who this person is, because you already know it, that's going to keep you being able to turn down all these different generic people that approach you. You're going to meet people all the time. But if God already shown you clear as day who your purpose partner is, you can meet 1,000 people per day. But you won't even want that because you're so determined to get what God said is yours. So that will keep you motivated. So again, I know it's difficult. But if you're honest enough with yourself, again, take inventory. Take inventory. You probably still got some things you need to be working on. And again, even if you feel like you have truly got all your ducks in a row, then understand that God still have to work on that other person. We got to learn to respect God's timing. It's so difficult. I know it is. We got to respect God's timing. So what do you do in the process that you're waiting on God? Because you can try to speed him up all you want. You're not going to speed God up. So what do you do? The best thing you can be doing right now, if you feel there's nothing else you need to work on yourself about, then start helping other people. Be about God's business. Because the more busy you are, it's like time pass. You know, like if you're working and it gets really busy and it's like time goes by quickly. But if you're sitting there and you're just pouting because you're waiting on God and you're not even doing anything, it's going to seem like it's taking forever. But start helping other people. Anybody who you know that may be struggling in a certain area right now, go and help them. Go volunteer yourself. Go feed some homeless people. Just go be about God's business. Because that's going to fulfill you, within itself. And then once that door opens, it's going to boom. It's going to catch you overnight. And it's like, oh my goodness, it's going to be better than you imagine. And then when it happens and you realize how much it's involved, you can be like, oh, Jesus, I thank you, Lord. I thank you for this wait. Because, if I did not sit here and prepare for this, and that, your girl or your boy would not have been ready for that. Right? So those are just a few things, reasons why that we have to wait. Again, it's about perfecting our character. We've been doing things all of our lives a certain way, and we may think that way is right, and sometimes it's not, or at least not for where you're going or for who you're going to. So God have to work on those areas. I'm just summarizing. God have to work on those areas. Again, he's working on the other side. He's slaying demons so you don't have to slay them when you get there, or he's giving you download in time for you to pray and prepare for where you're going, and vice versa. He's giving that person downloads about you so they can know what they're getting into, right? And so all this other stuff, he's breaking up soul ties. Like he's just clearing the path for you. If he said it's yours, it's yours. Just make sure you got yourself together, because where you're going, the things that you're used to doing in old relationships, men or women, the things that you're used to doing, you can't do it here. We chose then, so we could do what we wanted to do. We didn't have to worry about no cleaning up no character. I can't say this and I can't say this and I got to fast against this and fast. We chose ourselves back then, so we had to maintain the relationship on our own. Now, because God is bringing it, we have to do it God's way, which is most times the complete opposite of our way. So listen, listen, how bad do you want it? That's what I always ask. How bad do you want it? If you don't want it bad enough, then turn around. There's no sin in that. Unless you're going to sin. But I mean, there's no sin in you aborting your process because you think it's too hard. I don't encourage it at all. Coming from a person who's always seen, her breakthrough came through because I didn't give up in every area of my life. Of course I have some more coming, but anything that God have ever told me, yes, it was hard, but it always manifested it because I didn't give up. So even if you're tired, take a break, just get back to it. So again, how bad do you want it? If you want it bad enough, you will stick this thing out. So let God, work on you, sis, bro, because you ain't perfect. You guys have a great evening.